What's up, guys? Driving around with the S14 in the back. Aaron and Ian are in the cars. I kind of lost them, so I'm trying to catch up here. Fred, Gab. We got the Palmer brothers with their R32 Skyline GTR converted rear-wheel drive with an RB25. It's pretty sick. And yeah, we're just driving on the 401. You guys know the routine by now. 401 sucks. Well, Montero's pulling like a champ. Gas mileage isn't too bad. Anyways, we'll touch base once I can catch up with the cars. I took a detour and it didn't work out good for me. Oh well. Woo. Looks like we are stuck in traffic. Construction zone. Definitely going to hinder my day. It says we're going to arrive there around 11.
Good morning, San Diego. YouTube? Alright, so we are here with Slidey Cars, Shannonville Motorsports. We've got special guest Ian Bang in that car, which is my 330. There's Gab. We got Aaron Losey from Lonestar Drift. Just hanging out in the JZ46. He's going to try it next. Say hi, Aaron.
Hello. I'm going to drive this thing.
And hopefully not die.
I won't die.
Maybe not.
The car might.
So he's going to try and see if there's anything that... Give me some pointers for adjustments if there's anything that needs to be done, or if it's just me that
Should the water
needs some work.
temperature be at 240 degrees?
Start it and let it circulate. It's just because it's sitting where the temperature sensor is and it's just staying hot. Sean's here in the S14. How's it going, Sean?
Okay.
You got anything to say?
I wish I had my Evo. No, it's going okay.
You love drifting?
I wish I had angle mod and more power, but...
Are you gonna try the JZ?
No.
Why? We're insanely backwards compared to Texas, whereas almost everything here, we have a few S chassis, almost everything here is BMW. And this is fairly normal to us. I guess we're kind of like Europe. So I did an angle modification on my car, and we're gonna see how it works out. It seems to work okay for me, but it might not work okay for others. So we've got a few cars laying around. Joe's here also with his S13. Gonna get some filming done. We're here for the whole weekend. It's kind of gray. Well, it's kind of clearing up. It's supposed to be sunny today, so we'll see what happens. So how's it going, Joe?
Not bad, you?
Not too bad. So, have you had it out yet?
I don't know, I'm a little worried. There's some weird sounds coming out of it, but whatever.
It's an S chassis, it's normal.
No, but like, I have a box back there. Maybe that's what it was.
Yeah, that's probably what it was.
I don't know what's in the box. I will find out what is in the box.
What's in the box?
You want to pop it? Because it won't...
What's in the box?
Box is empty.
Box is empty. You know what you should do? Stick it right in your box. Well, let's put it this way. Just push it, and if it breaks, you'll know what was wrong with it.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
You just keep drifting until something breaks, and then... Hey, you're doing the exact same thing as me. You've got the Bluetooth fucking hydro e-brake set up. My car is exactly the same right now. I'm actually gonna plumb mine in today, so...
Let's wedge that in there.
What's that?
I said let's wedge that in there.
Yes, sir. Let's just close?
Yeah. My electrical tape rocker panel.
So that's so it can pass a safety check, right? So Mr. Bang, how confident do you feel that this car might not suck?
Yeah? I know that this part is...
Let's put it this way. How confident do you feel that this car might suck?
50-50.
Yeah, there's a good chance, especially with the e-brake that's like not locking up for God knows what reason.
We're doing 2 miles an hour, it won't stop.
I don't understand why it's not working. Maybe
so
a cable is like sticking or something, I don't know.
I don't know.
It should work.
Actually bother to adjust.
So show us the perfect definition of a man, Mr. Bang. What is the race car stance?
You're looking at the wrong guy.
Show us where your arm position should be in a race car. Go look at Mr. Losey.
I was gonna say, go look at Mr. Losey. Or either that or, I don't know. Don't go by Houston standards. Where should you be in a race car? Look at Houston. Okay, alright, so... Okay, but now we're about to standard.
So, if you were a professional race car driver, which you are, what position would you sit in? What angle would your elbows be approximately at? In a stock E46.
It's not the elbows. It's the broken neck from the helmet that
Especially with the sunroof?
Yeah, exactly, with the sunroof that hits right here.
Yeah, well, you just gotta gangster lean your head to the right.
Oh, I've got that down. I've been driving S13s for years.
And
So-
I brought the seat to the lowest also.
So I gave
just the front goes lower.
I gave the handbrake, the definition of ratchet handbrake, a new, you know, when something is ratchet, meaning it's pretty ghetto, this is a new definition since that is, in fact, an old ratchet handle. At least this car rolls really nicely though.
I'll give it that.
The alignment must not be as whack off as the JZ is, because the JZ won't roll.
Use that or your brakes are dragging.
I think the rear brakes are dragging a bit since the dual caliper brackets might be welded a little crooked, so we'll wait till the pads wear into the rotors.
You give it that wear angle.
Yeah, angled wear, nothing wrong with that. All right, so I'm gonna record you going around this and enjoy, boys. So for all you Texas viewers, up here in Canada, we drift R34s, you know, they're legal. Next up, we have some big wheels to spin there, bud. So next up we get Mr. Ian Bang and his 330 Ci. Well, my 330 Ci. Misfire issue, which is common. Run lowering springs. He's getting the black flag to come back in. So Mr. Bang, how do you like the misfires I forgot to mention?
You didn't mention that part.
It turns into a Subaru sometimes.
It does, a very slow one.
Yeah.
Good thing I was there. Just turn it off, turn it back on, turn it off.
If he wasn't there, it would have been bad.
Yeah.
It's a bad coil pack, I believe, but I've got some spare ones here, so we might actually diagnose them. About a Daisy and a BMW just sounds right. There we go. Misfocus pretty bad. You're saying you had something loose in the rear end, but I wasn't sure what the noise was. I never noticed how much the inner wheel rolls over on a stock S16. If you look, his wheel is like super positive camber on the inner wheel. That's crazy. He still parties pretty good with a KA though.
So we're trying to set up the E46. The power's pretty good, it has good power. The tires are kind of trash all the way around, so it makes it very difficult to know what's going on, because even if it's a match set, they're dry rotted and they're very old, so every single tire has a different amount of grip, so as you transition each direction, the dry rotted tires act very odd. The rear still needs camber taken out. The front, I couldn't figure out why it was wonky, and as the car would transition, it would lean and feel really weird. So the car has a sway bar in the rear, correct?
Yeah, upgraded one.
But it has no sway bar on the front. So it has a bigger sway bar on the rear and no sway bar on the front. If you want to make that work, you either need to put a sway bar on the front, or you need to go up probably 30% in spring rates, I'm guessing. Okay. So way up in spring rate. And because of that right now, the rear has less traction. I can't say it that way. Anyways, the front wheel feels wonky because there's so much suspension movement.
Okay.
And especially on transition, as the car comes around, you're feeling everything move in a very weird way, with a lot of body roll in the front, with no body roll in the back, or less body roll in the back than the front. The power is a little wonky right now where the car is not quite as responsive as it should be for stock twins. I think that's probably just some leaks or something very simple. That won't be too hard to do. That might be why it's running rich as well. What else can we change on the car?
Handbrake?
Up the fronts. Yeah, the handbrake's not too important out here, but it will be on the big track.
Yeah.
We need that. To make this car work, maybe we'll disconnect the rear sway bar to try and balance out the car. It will at least make it less wonky front to rear.
Okay.
Because what you're doing is of course you want the sway bars on the car, but without them at least it won't be all the suspension travel and the wonkiness in the front. It'll start to even it all out over the car. That's a guess. It might not work at all, and it might not work.
We can possibly do a front sway bar.
Okay, if we could do a front sway bar, that would make it way better. We don't need to do that today, we're just testing. And then there's a bunch of stuff loose in the front. What else? I think that's a big thing. It feels good on constant radius big circles. Where it feels bad on is where it needs a transition. So when it transitions, it binds up in the front, bleeds off all of its speed, and almost comes to a stop. So,
do you think there's any chance it could be the angle plates themselves?
I don't know. They have angle, but it absolutely could be the angle plates. The Ackerman looks really wacky, like there's way more Ackerman on the turn-in side than the other side. So when you turn that way, it looks kind of like that.
Yep.
So that could definitely be scrubbing really hard and causing a bunch of scrub in the front end and slowing the car down.
Okay.
Which could be what's going on and causing the car to want to spin on transition, because as you transition, it scrubs all the speed and stops.
So maybe a bit of an alignment might be in store too.
Maybe.
That might help a little bit.
It's hard to tell.
All right, so I'll hop in with you on this
Wait,
lap
let's see what the alignment is real quick.
Let's see from the front. Toe out on this side and okay. Oh, hold on.
Is it even yet?
No, no.
Is it towed in one side real bad?
Yeah, this side.
Okay.
So the actual alignment might need to be...
So we look like we're almost a ½ inch in to, holy shit, like, I don't know, a lot, like an inch in on one side.
It was towed out before. Well, this side's not even yet.
Because you should be towed out a little bit anyways.
Well, that's what I want. I'd like at least ½ an inch toe out overall.
So the alignment's way off.
So that might be a good idea. All right, so I'll...
Those are all little things. You fix all the little things and it slowly gets better.
All right, sounds good.
And it runs, that's rad.
That's really rad.